Joe, tonight, how, if at all, will your lineup look differently against the Kraken?
Corby will be in net tonight. That was the plan moving forward. And McLaughlin will be out. Johnson will rotate in tonight. And Spoons will be back in tonight. And Mason will be out.
Points of emphasis tonight against Seattle.
Well, we want to get back to our game here tonight. It's more about what we're doing, not so much what they are. For us, it's about establishing our game early and staying with it for the whole game, not letting it slip away from us.
When you look back at that first meeting against the Kraken, anything stand out that the Bruins did well?
I thought that we controlled territory pretty well in that game, meaning that we had puck possession in the offensive zone. We were able to hang on to pucks, make them defend. They made a little push in the third, if I remember correctly. I think we were up 2 goals, so they pushed in the third. We defended fairly well, but for us, it's about, like I just said, the playing in the offensive zone, staying above people, playing on the right side. They have good balance in their lineup. They play 4 lines. They have a lot of depth on their team, so we're going to need everybody rolling here tonight.
Well, 82 are obviously important. Does this take on a little extra meaning because it's game 2 of a 5-game trip?
Well, we didn't get off. We didn't start the road trip the way we wanted to. So it's the great thing about this league is you don't have to wait a week to play again. You get an opportunity to respond 2 nights later.
When you go back and look at the tape from the other night, what was the essence or what was the reason you lost your defensive structure, you think?
I don't know if it was so much defensive structure. We got into penalty trouble in the first period. I thought we were playing actually pretty well, but then we got into penalty trouble. They scored 1. So then they got that one late in the second. It was just basically a lot of the mistakes happened off of turnovers last game, I found. So we've got to manage the puck better. The late goal in the first period, it's on our stick. We don't get it out, and then all of a sudden it's a 3-on-2 at our net. So I found that a lot of the mistakes were off of turnovers, basically it was on our play, not so much what they were doing. I give Winnipeg credit after the game. That's a really good hockey team, and they played very well, but we certainly made it more difficult on ourselves.
You go 7-3. There hasn't been a lot to sort of argue with, if you will. When you look at that tape and you've got to address them, is there some tough love involved there, or
it's just we always look at the game, and the next day when we're as a group we'll sit down and we correct the areas that we think need to be fixed. We talk about the things that we did well, regardless of the score, the outcome of the game, or if we win or lose. We have a process, and we stay with it after every game. The next day, if we're having a meeting, so now it's just we're looking ahead now. That game's behind us, and we have. We want to get the road trip started in the second game now, off on the right foot here.
Yeah, Johnson goes in. Does he go into that 4th line, or how does he fall into that?
I haven't decided that yet. He's going to go in. We'll see. I'm going to make that decision a little bit later. He may jump up with Coyle and Freddie. He may start in the 4th line. I have the ability to rotate those guys. I've liked Cassidy on that line for a couple of different reasons, like I've talked about before. I like the face-off option, too, on the 4th line with Cassidy, though, having a right-handed shot if we're going to use them in defensive zone starts.